Ricey, and I am with Liam. Liam Laguerta is his full name, and this is the Quest for Wealth. Thank you very much for tuning in. Step-by-step guide on how to apply for student permit here in Canada. So we tackled the application of student permit on an IRCC level. So the documents, the fees involved, the timeline involved, and the time when Liam arrived in Canada, the permits provided to him when he landed in Toronto Pearson International Airport, and then he arrived in Moncton, and how he found an apartment and the cost of living in Moncton. Those were the topics that we discussed, and now we will discuss the permanent residency application process. This is a very important step, and this is the final step for everyone there. This is the goal, the ultimate goal for everybody. So Liam, question is, how did it happen essentially? So you had to finish your school, and then after finishing your school, you had to apply for PGWP. Okay.
So there is a rule before that you're not supposed to be a student or under student permit before you apply for permanent residency. Okay. So I have to wait to finish my studies, then I have to apply for PGWP before I can apply for permanent residency. So right after I graduated,
hold on a second. And PGWP
stands for Postgraduate Work Permit.
Okay, and this is necessary for a student to apply for before applying for permanent residency?
Not necessarily. It's
okay.
I just applied for that so I can stay in Canada while applying for permanent residency.
All right.
Because you can go back to your country to apply for permanent residency.
Oh, really? Okay, but then you don't want to do that because that will cost you money.
And staying here in Canada is an edge for you to apply, for your permanent residency to be approved.
Okay, so then, so it's not necessary, it's not automatic that when you finish your school, you are approved with PGWP. You have to apply for it.
You have to apply for it.
Okay.
Yeah. PGWP requires for you to submit the completion letter from the school so you can have the PGWP permit.
Okay, and PGWP application costs any certain amount of fee?
It's just around $150.
Okay, and how long is the process?
Usually it takes 3 months for it to be approved. Okay. But there's a rule that once you submitted your PGWP application, you can start working. That is already a valid document for you to work full-time.
I see, even without the approval yet?
Yes.
Okay. And so then this, the requirement for you to be able to apply for PGWP is the letter from the school.
That you have completed the program.
Okay.
And the diploma or certificate.
The diploma. Okay, and then $150
yes.
Fee.
Fee.
And then you can start looking for a job.
Yeah.
Did you find the TD Bank job immediately, or was it a different company first?
Yes, actually, it's very, how can I say it? I'm lucky enough that I took my OJT with TD Bank.
Ah, you did?
Yeah, so when after my OJT, I just continued with my full-time job.
I see.
Yeah.
So then that wasn't so much of a hurdle for you then. Okay. All right. So then you continued with TD Bank. Did TD Bank have to sponsor you for application of PR, or was it not necessary to have a sponsor?
Well, I asked TD Bank if they can sponsor me, and they said no.
Okay.
They're not sponsoring anybody for permanent residency.
Okay.
So what I did, I researched on the internet.
Yeah.
So I saw another path that I can take. It's the New Brunswick PNP, Provincial Nominee Program.
Okay.
It's the program where if you're qualified enough, the province will going to nominate you for permanent residency.
All right, so it is the province itself.
Yes.
So then this program would require you to have what, express entry account?
Yes.
Okay. So you have to have an express entry account before you could apply for PNP.
Correct.
Okay. And what were your requirements that you had to submit?
There's a lot of requirements. So as I said earlier, once you apply for it, there are a series of questions that you have to answer.
Yes.
So based from that questions, they will give you your specific list that you need to provide for them.
Okay.
On my case, I have to provide my English proficiency test, which is the IELTS.
Did you have to take IELTS?
Yes, I have
Mamma
to take
mia.
IELTS.
Did you have to take IELTS here?
Yes, I have to.
Really?
It cost me around $320.
Really?
Yes.
And what was the score required?
I think it depends what path are you taking, but for me it requires CLB7, right there.
Right, okay. And there is no way to go around the IELTS thing.
No.
It is a requirement.
It is a requirement.
So there are, what is the website that they can check the nominee program of NB?
Just type NB, PNP, and
Yes.
there's a list of results that will come up.
Okay, so that's New Brunswick Provincial Nominee Program. And this was the path that he had taken. TD Bank does not sponsor any applicant for a PR application, and therefore he had to find a different path, and the PNP for NB PNP was there for his essentially as his pathway for PR application. So you had to have an express entry account.
Yes.
And after creating the express entry account that you created yourself, you could apply for the PNP program.
Yes.
And how long did it take for you to receive the nomination?
So I graduated December.
Uh-huh.
I applied for PGWP January 2019.
Mm-hmm.
So I can start working already.
Yeah.
And I already submitted my provincial nominee application already at January 2019.
Oh, so you had your nominee in January
Yeah.
itself
Not really. I applied for my nomination,
for the nomination.
for
Okay.
that province nomination.
Okay, and then
And then I got my nomination March 2019.
okay, and
Then I have submitted, I got my points from nomination.
correct.
They-
How much
they
was
will-
the point?
They will give you 600 points
Okay.
for your express entry.
Okay, so then what happens is that on his express entry account, which is the federal account, how much was your score there?
It's around
300?
340.
Yeah, yes. So it was around 340, and that score was not sufficient for the federal, that CRS score was not sufficient for the federal to make a nomination.
Okay.
A nomination for him. He had to have higher score. I think it should be around at least 450 during the time. And so what happens is that when he applied for provincial nomination,
I got my 600 points. So I think I'm about 10% of the whole applicants that have a very high score.
correct. So then he had, with the 600 points, he had about more than 800 points, and definitely he definitely would receive the nomination from the federal for the PR application. And then, so then you applied in January, and
For
you
nomination.
for nomination from the province,
Province.
and then you received the nomination in March.
March.
So that's about 2 months.
Okay.
About 2-3 months, and then you receive your score at the federal level in March as well, and then you submitted your documents in March as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Then I got my nomination from the federal around April 2019.
Okay. So that's yeah.
That's the
1
start.
month.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's the start of my application for my permanent residency.
Okay. And how long did it take before you receive your PR?
Well, during the normal process, it will take you 6 months.
Okay.
But that's the time when the pandemic started.
Yes.
So it lasted me for 8 months.
Okay.
So
when-
it's not that bad
It's not
actually,
that
because
bad.
there are, I know some people, they usually take more than a year before they approval to get, for their application to get approved.
Yes. For me, it took me 1 year and a half. So yours,
Oh,
8 months.
I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining at all.
It took me 1 year and a half before I could receive. I received my PR. So for him, it took him 8
8
months
months.
to receive his PR, and Ooh la la.
Yeah, but that's 8 months full of agony.
Yeah. Because you don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, the
next.
anxiety is
Yes.
very high
Yeah.
during that 8 months.
I know what you feel. You just keep on checking, keep
Yeah.
what's gonna happen next.
I
Exactly.
keep on checking my email. Is there an update? Is there an update? No.
Yes, okay. So, when did you receive finally your PR?
I got my PR residency January 5th, 2021.
2021.
So
it's very recent.
Yeah, so it took me 2 years to get my permanent residency from the time that I started with my student path.
Okay, so that's 2 years from LOA to PR. 2 years, guys. And do you think our viewers are able to do the same strategy? Can they mirror the same strategy that you did?
Yes, it's very possible. Because right now there are a lot of pathways that are opening.
Yes.
So they can also take that into consideration.
Yes.
So there
is the provincial nomination still open, the
yes,
NB?
it's always open.
Okay.
But you have to check their
Yes.
website as well because
Correct.
there are something announcement that they're closed for the moment.
Correct, yeah. There are various changes every now and then. Documents can vary, forms can change on a monthly or yearly basis. That's why we cannot tell you that these are the documents he submitted, because that could definitely change in a snap of a finger. So the best way to do it is research and check the website of New Brunswick Provincial Nomination Program, because pathways are created every now and then. You never know what could be possible for you to apply for PR. So on a hindsight, what is what can you tell our viewers who want to also apply, who also want to take the same path as you did, in the middle of hurdles, in the middle of anxiety, in the middle of agony, in the middle of all the expensive tuition and costs and all? What can you tell them?
Everything is worth the risk. So set your mind that everything will go smoothly and will be approved.
Yes.
Think positive. So if you got declined for the first time, there's second time. If you got rejected for second, there's always times
that you can try.
Yeah.
But the thing is, and I find it very important, is that whatever documents are required,
submit it.
And do not falsify any document.
That's true.
You have to submit legitimate document. Falsification, never. It's a big no.
Yes.
Yeah?
I just want to share a story.
Yes.
There is a person here that I know. He's already a citizen.
Yes.
But the government is taking back his citizenship because he falsified a document.
Whoa! You know,
he's already a citizen.
Wow.
But
from Philippines?
yes, he's from the Philippines.
Ooh.
I would not say his name. I will not say.
No.
I will not say what's the reason.
Yes.
What he falsified.
Yes.
Because, you know.
All right. And really, guys, if you want to win a battle, do it with glory, and then the victory is sweeter. I will just mirror or echo what Liam said, that if you fail the first time, do it the second time, but do it better.
Yeah.
You have to understand what went wrong.
Yes.
What documents did you submit that could potentially have caused the reason of the refusal or rejection? Understand the reasons why you failed the first time, reasons why you failed the second time, and then do it again, and do it again, and do it again, and just shoot for that goal. It is necessary. If you want it, it is worth it.
Worth it.
Yeah, it's absolutely worth it. And Liam is he's got his own car, he's got his driver's license, and he just purchased his own home. Spectacular, in just a series of 2 years, and these are all doable. You can do it as well. Anyone can do it, as long as you keep your head on the goal and just focus. So there. Thank you very much. It was a long one. This has indeed concluded the series of the application, step-by-step guide on the application of student permit. Today is 34 degrees outside and we have been sweating. We are sweating bullets. And thank Thank you, Liam.
You're very welcome, Rice.
You are very generous with the information. I hope that we are able to motivate people to just push for that goal, achieve that goal. It's worth it.
Yep, you can do it as well. If I can do it, you can do it.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, everyone.
Bye.
We'll see you. And we'll see you in the next episodes or the next series.